Hello again, this is Evan.
And this is Robert.
And welcome back to the Atlas Nova podcast, Friday show, where we just kind of ramble and talk about what the fuck we want.
Woo! Love that rambling.
Yeah, so let's ramble bamble.
Mm-hmm.
So, Resident Evil 2 came out today. So, what do we know about Resident Evil 2 other than that it's a remake?
So it comes out tomorrow, but if you preloaded it, I think you, or not even preloaded, if you pre-ordered it, you can start playing tonight. Around 9.
I guess to break the illusion, we're recording this on a Thursday.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, we pre-record these, if you didn't know that. We definitely don't pipe them into your ears magically.
Yeah, well, I mean, we gotta do editing somehow, guys.
Exactly. Uh-oh, we edit our podcast.
Oh, shit.
Heaven forbid.
Uh-oh.
Heaven forbid.
Trust me, there is so much more rambling and incohesiveness you probably don't want to listen to. We'll probably do that sometime later on, but that's...
I like to snap my gum a lot when I when I talk into the microphone.
I think if we kept all our podcasts like without editing, they'd probably be like 2 hours each.
Yeah.
At least.
And none of it's good.
No, a lot of it is just like...
A good hour of it is just...
Like, God damn it, what was I going to say? And it turns into like, that thing, the thing.
Yeah.
Just like, alright.
We got to have some level of curation here, people.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But with that said, and with another ramble under our belt, Resident Evil 2.
Yeah. Resident Evil 2 is coming out the 25th. Mm-hmm. So soon.
Soonish.
I'm looking forward to it. I know you're still kind of on the fence. We had talked about it a little bit, and you're still like, I'm not that interested.
Mm-hmm.
But man, after playing the demo and seeing other people play it, I have that itch to play a Resident Evil 2 game that's kind of scary, but puzzle intensive and like fun.
I don't blame you, man.
Yeah, so
I mean that's the backbone of any Resident Evil game.
Yeah, I've watched some guy on YouTube. He streamed and like did all the first 3 in sequence, and man. The old Resident Evil 2, or Resident Evil games, is that, man, the camera makes such a huge difference. That's not to say that I don't like the over-the-shoulder. I think I would prefer it, honestly, especially now. But yeah, the way they did the camera before, they obviously played to its advantages with, like, angling fucking zombies around a corner or something, or like having something in the ceiling where you don't know if it's there or not, and then it like drops. Son of a bitch.
Well, especially in the first one, I can always think of that hallway where the camera cuts and you're at the other end of the hallway and you have to run towards the camera. And there's windows on one side and you're just like, oh lord. And then nothing happens and then you go through it like 3 more times and that's when the doggos come out.
Yeah, and then they're like, hey, and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like that, but it is nice to see that, you know what I was thinking? Did they remake the first one?
Mm-hmm. Not in over shoulder, but definitely, like, there's the GameCube one, and then they just released a version of that with a better lighting engine, probably back in 2016?
Really? Okay.
Yeah, for PS4.
Damn. All right.
It was, oh man, I love that version of the game. I've never actually played the original. I've just played the remake of the original.
Sure. I was, so I might have to go back and play that one. So that was kind of another thing. I played Resident Evil 7, but I'm trying to think. I don't remember having too many ammo problems in that game. But looking at this one, it takes like 5 shots to put a zombie down. And there are like a handful of zombies. I think
headshots? Headshots?
Yeah, headshots. Headshots, yeah. Maybe I missed a couple. But yeah, I think there was a couple times at least where I like shot something 5 times. And it's funny because they'll go down and you're like, oh, I put 3 headshots into it. It's dead. And then motherfucker gets back up and is like, nah. And you're like, what the hell? Like you walk away from it and like it waits for your back to be turned. And then it's all like, and you're like, oh, dude. And it's the atmosphere. It brightens it up. It makes it that much more scarier because you're like, oh, jeez.
Did I actually kill this thing? Or...
Yeah. There are definitely parts where you're like walking a hallway or walk out of a hallway and you're like opening the door and that's another thing. They go through the fucking doors now.
What?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Could they do that in 4? They could do that in 4. You had to push like furniture in front of the doors.
Right. But obviously
The original one's doors were a loading screen.
Exactly. And now they're just like, man, fuck this door. Oh boy. Another little interesting tidbit for that is that all the zombies in the game apparently, or at least, yeah, I'm gonna say all of them because I'm pretty sure they're just gonna reuse them. They're all the like developers. They like face scan the developers and put them in the game as zombies.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Easter eggs in this game.
Yeah.
Like a lot. There's like there's the picture from the old Resident Evil 2 game is like in the dark room. There's like a date or something like that in one of the like statues or something, like the date written for the original release of Resident Evil 2.
Right.
There's a pizza joke. I don't remember. I can't recall what it was. We'll check it out later.
Leon shat on my pizza. I love that joke.
It was like Claire's Pizza or something like that. And
okay.
And it had something to do with like an inside joke back then.
So do you play it strictly as Leon, or do you get to pick Claire?
You get to pick either.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it the same scenario?
No, so there's different scenarios. I think in like the old one, there's 4 scenarios. There's like Leon A, Leon B, and Claire A, B.
Right.
So I guess there's going to be a lot of replayability for that reason.
Sweet.
Yeah. And then I guess I'm pretty sure it affected it back in the other games, but depending on what scenario you go through first, it'll affect your next playthrough.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if you grabbed a shit ton of ammo or something, it, like, lowers the ammo count, I guess, for the next one.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
I love adaptive gameplay.
Yeah.
I learned recently, and this is an aside, that Metal Gear Solid 5 does that. And I played the shit out of Metal Gear Solid 5. I didn't know that. It learns from your past experiences, and that blew my mind. And now that I know that a Resident Evil game's doing that.
When you say past experiences, do you mean like how far you've come in the game, or like different save files?
It's more the AI in the game is like, okay, you've replayed this mission like 4 times, and you've gone through the same, maybe even like 2 times. You've gone through the same area to extract whatever. There's going to be more guards in that area. If you shoot a lot of headshots, they'll start wearing helmets and body armor.
Really?
If you steal a lot of armored vehicles, they're more armored the more you play the missions.
That's really cool.
I know.
I like that. That's awesome. It makes the game feel alive.
It not only makes it feel alive, but it's not just like easy, normal, and hard mode. It's just by your actions, you're creating your own difficulty.
Right. Huh, yeah, I guess it's like hard mode on crack, essentially. Like, it's like hard mode adaptive, or adaptive hard mode.
Yeah, kind of.
Dude, oh man, that sounds fun.
So that's awesome that Resident Evil's going to do that. Like, oh man, because that does definitely bump up the replayability a lot. I wonder how that's going to affect speedrunners. Because, speedrunners, they fucking crush that game, and then they go through it again and again and again.
Yeah, so that ought to be interesting to see. Maybe they just completely delete all the save files.
I guess so.
And then just be like, all right, let's do this.
What's somewhat interesting is I was watching a video today about the original Resident Evil 2 and its prototype. And I didn't know that there was like a prototype of it, but it's like Claire had a different name. She was like a biker chick, which also, by the way, I've seen the screenshots with Claire on her motorcycle.
Yeah.
Which is I don't know if that was in the original Resident Evil 2, but
yeah.
Okay, so that's just a holdover from her original character.
Yep.
And then Leon was named like Gunner Slash, or I don't know. He has some fucking stupid name.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't know there was like a prototype, and it got leaked out.
Yeah.
After like 11 years.
Well, so that's funny that you mentioned that. You're talking about the Claire's a biker chick or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like she's got a different costume or something like that.
And she was a different character. She was related to a minimal character from the first one. She wasn't a Redfield.
Yeah, she wasn't. They had to change it so it was like more interesting.
Yeah.
And then there's a motorcycle like racing outfit. Mm-hmm. Apparently that's a nod to another character that they cut that just, I guess, didn't fit in the game. Oh. So Capcom is throwing a lot of Easter eggs in this game, which I honestly really fucking like.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo, Capcom.
Tip my hat to you guys, because seriously, it makes me want to play the game that much more.
Yeah.
I'm honestly probably not going to find any of these ones, but I want to be able to, like, play the game, and then some, like, diehard fans are going to be like, hey, check this out. I'm like, oh shit, that's where that's from? Or like, oh man, that's the history of this? Mm-hmm. There's, like, one more interesting thing is that there's, like, a welcome sign for Leon, and welcome is spelt wrong in the original game. Yeah. So, and the remake, they have welcome party or whatever, and there's a space where there would be an additional L, but it's taken down and put on a desk, and it makes me laugh because I'm like, those are little things that we wouldn't know about, but there are just diehard fans that are. I mean, sure, they might be reading into it too much, but come on now.
No, I think it's not only. I think that's like a level above fan service in terms of, like, you know, people hear fan service and they kind of think negative connotations, but it's I guess more of a tribute.
Yeah,
it's a tribute to the original game, but it makes the world that we're in now and this that they're building for this remake, and it makes it just that much more lively.
Agreed. I think fan service has a negative connotation because, at least for me, it kind of it doesn't. I mean, I guess the tributes don't really either, but to me, it's always sounded like it's always result in, like, titties or something. Fan service to me, I guess maybe it's because I'm an anime person, and, like, a lot of anime, like, you hear fan service, and you immediately know that there's, like, half-naked cartoon chicks, and you're just like, okay, the fan service is there. It's real.
When I think of fan service, I think of Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Whether, you know, Episode 1 was panned by a lot of people, and so Lucas is just like, let's throw Boba Fett in there. Let's throw, I don't know, throw everything everybody loves about Star Wars just into this movie and see if we can appease the audience.
So I was gonna say, do you think that it muddles the experience too much, and that's what makes it fan service, or is it fan service just because it's like, well, this really had no place in it, and you just kind of threw it in, and it's cool, but it does nothing.
As long as, I don't know, I've never really had an issue with fan service, as long as it doesn't affect my overall experience.
Okay.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a time I ever said, oh, that's just fan service.
I mean, like I said, coming from more of an anime background of that thought process, to me, I'm like, yeah, this is fan service. Like, oh, we're going to the beach in this episode. Oh, and it's just a bunch of, like, big-titted anime chicks, and then it's just like, yeah, that's fan service.
James from Team Rocket has titties.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, this is fan service.
Look it up, kids. That episode never came to America because America hates titties.
They also hate seizures because we didn't get that episode either.
Yeah. You know, also who hates that episode is the kids who had the seizures.
What a wild ride.
I know. So Resident Evil 2, yeah, my thing is I'm just trying not to get up on the hype train. Yeah,
same. I mean, the game...
it seems like it's already got you, though.
Yeah, as I say, it admittedly it's pretty much got me, but that's because it's coming out, so now I'm like, I'm gonna play it. I already played the demo, I played the stupid 30-minute thing, which annoyed me because it was too short because I wanted to explore, but that's how they get you. They're like...
It's a done deal. They got you.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, that was annoying. You want to play it now, right? And you're like, fuck, yeah, of course I do. Here's my money. So I'm looking forward to it.
Another thing we're looking forward to, today, Atomic Heart gameplay came out, and I didn't know what this was until you told me about it.
Oh. Yeah, Atomic Heart dropped a 10-minute trailer today. For those of you who don't know, Atomic Heart is this Russian-developed acid trip of, like, Prey, because it's trippy.
It's like, I guess Prey, it's like amalgamation. It definitely has some Half-Life vibes in there.
It's got Prey, it's got Half-Life. I would say, and I only say this because of it, the atmosphere, but I feel like it's got BioShock kind of injected into it because of the atmosphere is so like important. Mm-hmm. Like the part where we walked in and there's like the green rooms, or the green room with all the like glass trolleys, I guess, where the plants are housed. Yeah. And they're all like opening and shutting real close. I've never seen that before in a game. Yeah. I've never seen like the environment so
it's really hard to explain in the sense that it's very unique map design, but it also it's visual storytelling, and it makes it's like you said, all these things are like malfunctioning and whatever. You're just like, what the hell is happening here?
Yeah, I mean, so this is kind of one thing that we both kind of immediately thought when we were watching it. You get to a part where there's like these giant teacup things. And they're all, like, a couple of them are spinning out of control, and there's a couple broken down. Uh-huh. And there's one that's just spinning out of control. And there's a guy sitting in it, and he's dead, and he's just fucking...
Yeah. And, I mean, because it also has a Fallout vibe, so I'm having a hard time, like, separating from that. But also, we've also got Obsidian is making Outland, and we talked about it on a previous podcast that some of the humor in Outland is a little bit too much in your face.
Yeah.
But with the gameplay trailer I saw, we're laughing at this dead guy in this spinning thing. This thing's really going. Yeah. And I'm just like, that's really good, subtle, dark humor right there.
Exactly. And that's the thing about the humor is that I don't like it when it's ham-fisted. I don't like it when it's like, haha, it's funny, right? And you're just like, yeah, I get it's funny. And that was the problem that I had with like Borderlands, is that a lot of that, in Borderlands 2 at least, was like, haha, we're funny. That joke worked last game, so let's do it a million times this game.
How much more obnoxious can we make Claptrap?
Yes. Or Scooter, for that matter. Scooter wasn't as bad as Claptrap, but the catch a ride thing was just like, yeah, we get it. You say it. You don't have to say it every time you pop up on the screen.
Yeah.
You're going to say it, and you're going to say it at least twice? God damn it. So, the humor in the game is obviously there. And then, dude, fucking Kung Fu Neo robots.
Oh my god, dude. This robot just like comes out of nowhere and it just starts like roundhouse kicking him. But just to clarify, when he says Neo, he means Keanu Reeves from The Matrix.
Yes.
Very just... Oh, man.
Yeah, it, like, kicks him and, like, sends him flying through a hallway. And he's like, oh.
Yeah.
He, like, curses in Russian. I think he says bizdiek or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And it means, like, shit or something.
Yeah, because this thing just, like, surprises him. And I'd be like, oh, shit. So, man, really trippy visuals. There's, like, floating water bubbles. Like,
yeah.
We watched another, like, really short, less than a minute, like some sort of thing where it's just showing like a tube of water. If you guys have ever seen Donnie Darko, it looks like the thing that comes out of his chest.
Yeah.
But it's like suspending things in midair. It's like drowning people in midair.
And it's doing that to this grandma.
It's so weird. So this is made by a studio called Mundfish. Mundfish. M-U-N-D Fish.
Yes.
We tried to look up a little information on them. We couldn't find too much. We were just mainly curious because, like you said, you were wondering if there's like a sleeper programmer on it, and like, I don't know, like fucking
like BioShock or something like that.
Yeah, BioShock or something.
Yeah, I wanted to know that, and I wanted to know if like the creative artist or something, because like I said, a lot of it doesn't look incredibly similar, but it has that like aspect of it that it's very trippy and, like I said, kind of like dark, trippy, and just very entertaining to look at. It's got me hooked. I'm definitely interested. I'm not like, I don't want to burn myself out, so I'll probably take a look every now and then. We looked at the videos and it didn't look like they were giving too much stuff.
No, they didn't really explain too much. If you go on the website, they say, oh, it's
KGB.
You're a KGB agent sent into this facility, and this is this is kind of like in a futuristic world where
the USSR.
Yeah, the USSR.
Yeah, like the futuristic stuff.
Basically, they made the internet, they made the robots, they made the nuclear weapons, and now we live in a society where they're pretty much dominant. Yep. So this guy has been sent into this facility to find out what's going on.
Well, you're also forgetting one crucial part.
What's that?
all the robots have been programmed to fight for the war or any like natural disaster that may occur.
Yeah, and these robots are supposed to like be helpful towards citizens and factory workers. They're not combat ready robots, but they are.
Yeah.
So some shit went down, and
it's like your Roomba.
They went into John Wick Roomba mode.
Yeah. The Roombas got knives that go swing, and like it just looks for somebody. Cut up that ankle.
Jeez. Go for the Achilles tendon.
God. But yeah, god damn. It looks good. I think you can pre-order it. It said something about trying an open beta at the end or Q4 of 2019. So we probably won't see it until like next year.
Yeah.
Which, take your time. I'm down to wait for that. That looked fucking fun.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
So we've also got a little bit of Anthem. I guess Anthem. There was an article. God, I want to say it's Polygon. They were comparing Anthem and how it feels, the gunplay at least, feels good enough to Destiny. And I guess the reason why I bring that up is, does it really mean anything? I mean, I know everybody really likes Destiny's gunplay. We like that. But is it enough to save that game? And I don't like... I'm not trying to sound like I hate EA. I mean, I do hate EA, but I'm all for giving a fair chance most of the time. And since this is a new IP and it is interesting, does the gunplay matter if it's from EA still?
I don't know. Well, first of all, isn't this a third-person game?
Yeah, it is third person.
So how can you even compare it?
It's probably still got. It's probably I guess the floatiness may be the same. Like the way it like handles is probably the same. The abilities are like not the same, but I think you've got like two regular things and then like a special like Destiny. I just looked at my phone before we started this and I got a beta or a VIP invite, so maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but Resident Evil 2 is on the brain, so we'll see.
Yeah, they're trying to encroach on the Resident Evil 2 thing. They're not just going after Destiny.
Yeah,
they want to take away your Resident Evil 2.
I know, and I'm like,
they're like, that shit ain't happening. We've got like a 24-hour window. You want to play this?
Come on. And I'm like, really? You gonna try to play that shit? Get that shit out of my face.
I see what you're doing, EA.
Yeah.
I do not appreciate it.
Well, it's from the 25th to the 27th, but then we've got Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out. And then for Evan was asking me a little bit about the story, and I was like, I can't articulate that story well enough.
Even proposed that the podcast be about you telling me about it, and you're just like,
and I was like, it'll take way too long. And then it's funny because what was the guy that you showed me?
Oh, Barry Kramer.
Barry Kramer did a little like...
He put out a video today.
Yeah, he did a little recap of it. And then he was like, and if you want, you can watch this at the end, which, yeah, I didn't know, obviously. He's like, we did a podcast of it, and it took 7 hours to explain. And I was like, holy shit, that's exactly what happened. It would have been the same thing.
Yeah, and it's a crazy, crazy story.
Yeah, so there's definitely some parts that are not good, and it's very cliche or very tropey, I guess. But the story seems okay. As far as like all the extra side stuff, it obviously makes the story not cohesive. It makes it connect and makes sense. But it's like, Jesus, you have to go through so much for it to like mean something.
Yeah,
it's just.
Well, do you think you could just play the first 2 games and still get the most out of it and play number 3 and enjoy it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what I did. I didn't play any of the side games. I just didn't care.
Well, do you get more... But you do know a little bit about the spin-off games and how they connect. Does that add anything to the lore for you?
It absolutely does. So, yeah, I would say if you can, and this is what I did, but if you are looking to play Kingdom Hearts 3 and you're like... I want to know what's going on. There's a video someone posted up. Maybe we'll put in the link. He consults a couple people on the Kingdom Hearts Reddit, who are, I guess, just more diehard fans that just want to talk about that game all the time. Makes a nice little 30 to 40 minute video, and it's very well done. There's a lot of information. The way it segues all the games, like how chronologically it was happening, what was happening in each one, if it was like side by side through another game and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot to take in. So if anything, I think if you were to watch any video or read up anything, probably have to read it twice or watch it twice. It's a lot to absorb. It's Jesus. I mean, it's like 5 games of story in 30 minutes.
And when we watched Barry Kramer, he was clearly doing a more entertaining angle. But yeah, we'll definitely link your video, the video you recommend.
Well, let's do both because the Barry Kramer thing was pretty funny. I've never seen that guy. I don't know if you follow him or not, but
well, he did the editing for that Zelda video you sent me about Ocarina.
Oh, that's the guy.
Yeah,
dude, right on. Okay,
yeah,
I got respect for that guy.
Yeah, he's great.
So, we'll link both of them because that guy definitely deserves some kudos. And so does the other guy. They're both really good videos in their own right. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that. That shit is going to be pretty tippy-toppies.
End of an era.
Mm-hmm. I know that they're going to do another one. I mean,
it's too good to let go, but at least the main story will be done.
Yeah, as I say, at least it'll be done for the 90s kids, I guess.
I guess so.
When I played it. Maybe even early 2000s. Yeah, but it'll be the end for us at least. I mean, probably still eventually look at it later on, but I'm sure in 10 years I'll look at it and it'll be like Kingdom Hearts X John Wayne. It'll be some weird title game. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts door, clock, bed sheet.
365 over 20 months.
Oh, no, 8 days. It's got like that.
Yeah, it just crosses out that.
The names are fucking wackadoo. It's so it's so Japan.
You know, I'm a little disappointed that they didn't give number 3 a crazy ass name.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess the like hardcore, or not the hardcore, the main story has always just been 1, 2, and 3.
That's true.
So I'm glad that there's not some fucking weird name. We already got Donald, Goofy, and Mickey plastered all over the thing.
Right. How do you feel about the fact that the first game in the series is a mobile game, chronologically?
It's so fucking weird. I feel like that's such a cash grab. But they were like, Tetsuya Nomura, I think is his name.
Uh-huh.
He was probably like, yeah, that sounds cool. And then whoever did it, I guess Square, was like, we could make some money off of this.
Yeah.
Those Kingdom Hearts fans, rabid. They'll want that.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, I played a little bit of it. It's kind of boring.
Yeah. Square's no stranger to mobile games. They have like 10 Final Fantasy mobile games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Some of them are good, some of them are bad.
They've got all the like Final Fantasy games. They might have 7 now. I know 8's not there, but I'm talking like 1 through 6 is on there.
Yeah, that's easy to put on your phone these days.
Yeah. Tactics is War of the Lions tactic game is there.
The original Tactics or the remake?
The remake.
Poo.
Yeah. I actually like the remake. It's not terrible.
No, I love the remake. I just know that a lot of people also like the original.
Right. I know Chrono Trigger's there. But yeah. So.
But Chrono Trigger's on your phone?
Yeah.
What?
Uh-huh. It's like, it's almost like a Skyrim Lite. I think it's on everything.
Damn, dude.
Did you know about that? The whole Chrono Trigger where like it came out on PC and they just ported the mobile version to PC and people were fucking livid.
Yes. Okay, this is coming back to me.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Well, they did that with a Final Fantasy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Like the UI was the same and it like even had some of the like touchscreen UI still attached to it and people were like, what the fuck?
Lazy.
Yeah, so they went back and they fixed a lot of that stuff, which is really cool.
That's good.
I mean, it should have never been in that state to begin with, but the fact that they were like, all right, we pissed you guys off pretty bad with this one, so we'll take care of it.
Right.
Because they should. Fucking Chrono Trigger's a great game, and you shouldn't bewilder your fans that way.
No, of course. Especially since people have tried to make fan remakes for that game, and you've just shut them down. And then you're just like, shitty mobile port.
Give us your $20. It's like,
you over there making a bomb-ass 3D Chrono Trigger. Stop it.
Cease and desist. Cease and desist.
Look up Chrono Trigger Resurrection. It brings a tear to my eye.
You know what would be cool to see?
What?
I'm sure it's out there. Legend of Dragoon, like, fan remake or something.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like that should be a thing.
It should be.
But I guess maybe there's not that many fans, or it's super diehard fans that are in that vein.
It's a cult diamond in the rough game, really.
Yeah.
It came out in an oversaturated JRPG market.
You're right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it'll never happen.
No, it won't happen. We're never gonna get the sequel. We're never gonna get a remake. We're never gonna get Dart and Smash Brothers.
Yeah, it's like Golden Sun. That's not coming back either.
Ah.
I know. It's funny because there was a Smash like gameplay I was watching, like a tournament, and there was someone dressed up as Isaac, and he was standing in the back, and he was like, he was holding a sign that said "Make Golden Sun real again" or something like that. And I was like, oh man, that guy's never gonna get that.
No, he won't.
What, it was Camelot? I think Camelot worked on the mobile games.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about Golden Sun. I just know that they're solid JRPGs.
Yeah, they're great games.
Mm-hmm. And I think there's like a time jump between the two.
Mm-hmm. Dark Age or New Age or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And I haven't played and thought about this game forever besides that.
Time to go back and play it.
I know. I have the old cartridge somewhere.
Cool.
My brother was like, oh, hey, this was yours. And I was like, yeah, thank you. I have no means to play it, though.
Well, should we start wrapping it up?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, we've got, whatchamacallit, Resident Evil coming out. It does, I believe I said this earlier, but I think you can play it early tonight. 9 p.m. Pacific.
Okay.
So if you already have it, I think you could just boot that bitch up and start playing, which I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to be really sad if it's all like, nah, you gotta wait until tomorrow. Or maybe it'll be like no, they normally do that, actually. Games nowadays, because there's no fucking midnight releases. It's always like GameStop's like, you can show up at our place at like 9 and we'll just give you the game.
Yeah.
The day before.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, I think that's like midnight East Coast time kind of thing.
Exactly. So it's just like, okay. So, yeah, the game should be up and running by 9 tonight, Pacific Standard, or 12 Eastern.
Yeah. Keep an eye out for Atomic Heart. It looks great. Final Fantasy Disney X 2011. Look, the third encounter,
VHS.
Third Strike on VHS on Betamax. Keep an eye out for that. It's coming at the end of the month here.
This year is starting off good, so hopefully it keeps it up, because last year was pretty good in games. And
yeah, this year has a lot to live up to.
Yes. So I know we're still very early in, but I mean, Kingdom Hearts, Resident Evil 2, Onimusha remake, or HD game.
Devil May Cry 5.
Devil May Cry 5.
We went over this in the last podcast.
Yeah, so we've got some goodies.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and let's finish this.
All right, sounds good. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. And be sure to catch us next time on the Atlas Nova.
Later, guys.